Hello, and thank you for joining us today. My name is Greg Morgan, the Assistant Claims Manager at the Industrial Commission, and in this session we're going to be discussing Claims Adjusting Part 2. On our agenda today we will cover the topics of accepting a temporary disability claim, a late denial, managing active claim benefits, claim management, temporary total disability, temporary partial disability, return to work, terminating active medical benefits on medical-only claims, terminating active medical benefits on temporary disability claims, and supportive care. Accepting a temporary disability claim. What you will do is you will issue a Notice of Claim Status, or Form 104, marking Box 1, accepting the claim, and then you're going to check Box 4 and 4A or 4B. You mark Box 4A if you do not have all of your wage information, but you need to get payments out to the individual. And this is called a statutory wage. If you mark Box 4A, you have 30 days to then get all of your wage information and submit it, marking 4B and the 108, which is the wage calculation sheet. You mark Box 4B if all the wage information has been gathered to establish the average monthly wage. And again, like I just said, you would attach the average monthly wage calculation sheet, or the 108. This is just a little practice alert. Accepting a temporary disability claim when compensation is due on estimated average monthly wage, or the statutory, or the recommended wage. If you've used an estimated wage or a statutory wage, you'll have 30 days to issue the 104 again, marking 4B, and the 108. And this tip is recommended you issue the 4B and the 108 at the time you accept the claim to avoid touching twice. So again, this is what your Notice of Claim Status will look like. You'll mark Box 1, Box 4, and then A or B. You cannot mark them both on the same notice. Late accept or denial. Well, a compensability decision is due within 21 days from the date you are notified of the claim by this commission. And failure to issue the Form 104 accepting or denying a claim may result in an allegation of bad faith by the ICA or the injured worker. Failure to deny a claim within 21 days of notification may result in penalty benefits pursuant to ARS 23-1061M. What are penalty benefits per ARS 23-1061M? All benefits are paid as claim was accepted. It's due from the date the carrier is notified until the date which the carrier issues a Notice of Claim Status denying the claim. This statute does not apply to medical-only claims. And this is how your Notice of Claim Status would look. You would, of course, if you're paying penalty benefits, you have denied the claim. You've marked Box 2. You need to mark Box 11 as well and indicate penalty benefits are owed per ARS 23-1061M. Managing active claim benefits. And this will be in regard to medical benefits. Need to authorize medically reasonable and necessary as related to the industrial injury, and these bills for the services that you have authorized are to be paid within 30 days. Compensation payments. The first payment of compensation is to be paid no later than the 21st day after written notification by the Commission, unless the right to compensation is being denied, per ARS 23-1062D. Benefits are subject to a 7-day waiting period. After the 14th day, it is retroactive to the first day. If they sustain a loss for 7 consecutive days, then on the 8th day, you're going to owe them for day 8, 9, can, once they miss day 14 or sustain a loss through 14 days, then you go back and pick up the compensation for days 1 through 7. This applies to no work and light duty. You can see the case law of Bell versus the Industrial Commission on this issue. You can also see ARS 23-1062D. Temporary total disability, aka TTD, no work status, unable to work in any capacity. Temporary total disability is when the injured is placed on off-work status. TTD is to be paid at least once every 14 days, or by the 21st day from the date of notification if it is a new claim. TTD calculations. Step 1. You multiply the average monthly wage times the factor 0.021918. If the injured worker is married or has dependents while on temporary total disability, they're entitled to a dependents allowance of an additional $25 per month or $0.8219 per day added to the daily rate of comp. For dates of injury prior to January 1 of 91, dependent allowance was $10 per month or $0.3287 per day. Currently, we get this 0.8219 by taking the $25 and dividing it by 30.416, which is the average number of days in a month, and you get $0.8219 per day. So we've multiplied the wage in step 1 times 0.021918, and we have a daily rate for the dependent allowance of $0.8219. We add those two together for step 3. We take those results and multiply times the number of days we're paying for. Like I said, it's due every 14 days. And here you can see on step 3, like I said, add step 1 and 2 together. Here they have taken average monthly wage, multiplied it times the 0.021918. They get a daily amount, add the dependent allowance, and that is your daily rate. For 14 days, this would result in a TTD payment of $1,399.02. Temporary partial disability, aka TPD. This is when you have a release to work with restrictions or light duty. Temporary partial disability is when the claimant is released to work by the doctor but is still under medical care. It's considered a light duty work release. When this happens, you need to issue a notice of claim status or Form 104. You're going to mark box 5. You will apply the date, the details regarding release to light regular duty work as applicable. You're going to put the return to work date in the light duty blank on number 5, and you need to attach supporting medical documentation to support light duty. Okay, with temporary partial disability, if they're receiving it, it's the first installment is to be paid no later than 21st day after notification, and this is per ARS 23-1062D. Thereafter, it is to be paid every 30 days during duration of light duty status, but we indicate it is to be paid at least every 30 days. Some carriers keep people on a 14-day pay schedule. If you wish to do that, we do not care. That's fine, but you must pay it at least every 30 days. TPD is based upon 66 2/3 of the difference between the average monthly wage and the amount the injured worker is able to earn upon return to work. And if you see ARS 23-1044A, it indicates unemployment benefits during the period of TPD are considered wages able to be earned. Yes, it is important that you know the difference between TTD and TPD calculations. If an injured worker was on light duty but had no earnings, the comp payment would be the same as the daily rate for temporary total disability, less the dependent allowance. In this sample, the injured worker was on temporary partial for 22 calendar days and then returned to regular work The computation would be as follows. The applicant earned $2,073.39 over the 22-day period of time. So we would take the average monthly wage and divide it by 30.416. This would give us a daily amount of $137.62. Now, we multiply that times the number of days we're paying for, which is 22. The compensation would be $3,027.64, but we have to subtract actual earnings. That gives us a difference of $954.25 in loss of earnings. The claimant would be entitled to 66 2/3 of that, so you multiply times 0.6667, and you get an amount of $626.20 for that 22-day period of time. When the claimant is released to light duty, again, issue Form 104, Notice of Claim Status, mark Box 5, return to light duty effective. Remember to use a date that cannot be backdated more than 30 days from the mailed on date. Whenever they're released to work, whether it's light duty or regular duty, you must include supporting medical. Terminating active medical benefits. When you terminate active medical benefits on a medical-only claim, you mark Box 6, include the termination date, and then Box 7 indicating there's no permanent disability, then mark Box 11 indicating that it's medical only. You are not required to supply supporting medical documentation on medical-only claims. Terminating active medical benefits on a temporary disability claim. Here again, you would mark Box 6 and include a termination date. You would also mark Box 7, indicating no permanent disability. And a temporary disability claim with or without permanent impairment does require supporting medical documentation be submitted with it. Terminating active medical benefits on permanent impairment. This again, you would mark Box 6 on the Notice of Claim Status, include the termination date, and now you would mark Box 8 indicating there is permanent disability. And whenever you have permanent disability, it always requires supporting medical documentation. Supportive care. This is the Notice of Supportive Medical Maintenance Benefits. Arizona does not have a limit on or an expiration date for supportive care. The benefits can be for a lifetime depending on the severity of the injury. Best practice tips: be specific on the notice itself for the benefits you are providing. This lets all parties know what you are authorizing. If the medical report is unclear, request clarification from the doctor. By being specific on your Notice of Supportive Medical Maintenance Benefits, you will help the injured worker and the doctor understand the treatment that is authorized. You will save yourself time and the next adjuster time. It's not a required thing, but it is a recommended best practice to send a copy of this notice to the treating doctor as well. Do this when you submit it to all interested parties. This lets them know what you are authorizing. And this is what the notice itself looks like. And again, be specific as to what you are providing and who is to provide it. That brings us to the end of this presentation. I would like to thank you again for joining us. If you have questions, please call us at 602-542-4661.